to the area and HUD and housing. Did you experience that any at all?
Well, I don't know. I can't put a date on it. I was seeing change all along. When I was working at Domino's Pizza, some of the areas that I delivered to was kind of in some of the back areas of Terry Road. It was predominantly all African American anyway. By the time I was there, that was back in 98, 2000. So I can't put a real date on it of when I say if it was for Katrina folks or not. That's just me personally.
Okay. Do you have any final comments?
I just, like I said, I noticed that it's been a real change over these 20 years. So I've been down there. Some things good, some things not so good. I know there was a lot of racial issues at one point that I heard, but we don't have a lot of that. When I worked at the Boys and Girls Club those years, it was about half and half. It was about half white and black.
And what years did you work there?
I worked there from pretty much about 2000, maybe 2 to 2003, somewhere up in there, something like that. But during those times, we had a lot of white kids, and parents trusted us, and we had pretty much all African American staff. But those folks are from that area, so they trusted us with their children. And but years later, it just totally kind of transitioned. So from those apartment complexes being pretty much occupied and full to now, it's pretty much only one down there now in that area. So, but there's always hope coming, and I think it's a good change that's going to take place.
So can you tell me a little bit about what you're doing with South Jackson and the South Jackson movement?
Well, my whole thing and purpose is to try to help bring some pride back to the community. I feel like South Jackson, like I said, at one point it was being a totally African American, white community. There was some pride that took place because of some of the history with a lot of African Americans that's here now, and especially the children. And there's no history there of African Americans, even from the schools there, like Wingfield. I was talking to the coach now that since I can remember, I've never heard of Wingfield winning a championship in anything besides, like I said, baseball or soccer. And so from the predominantly African American standpoint, there is no history at Wingfield like Lanier and Jim Hill, where people have something to kind of look forward to, have some school pride. And so I'm really trying to help bring some pride back to the community, so that folks see, hey, there is a better sense of what's going on out here. Trying to help people meet each other. There's a lot of businesses out here, but sometimes I realize they just don't know who each other are. They're not shopping together. They're not working together like some of the stores in the past have. And so that's where we're trying to bring folks together to really see we got a lot of economic power, economic value down here, and we can really work together to bring some pride, some change back to the community. And it doesn't take a whole lot of folks. It just takes a few folks that really show that we care and that we can really make a difference.
How successful has it been?
It's been, first of all, I'd say it's been really hard work, because it requires a lot of folks saying, that's impossible. And so you kind of gotta know on your own that it can happen without pretty much a lot of help, without any funding coming in. And now the tide is kind of starting to turn. So I'm able to now get some funding and some help from some individuals, even from some people now who've really seen that, hey, there's a few folks down there that are really trying to do something. And I think as we start to really, change, I think we'll start having more people that want to get on board. I mean, I use the example of places like Pearl and Fondren and other places. Those places, and I was in North Jackson, those places were just that great, but it took a few people to say, hey, we're going to kind of make this place, a great place. And so the same kind of concept we want to do here in South Jackson. We're going to make this place a great place to live. And with God's help, we can really get that accomplished.
Thank you.
Thank you.